Well, yeah, I'm gonna back it in there.
I am ready.
Okay, so anyway, here it is. What's left of it anyway? 95 F250, 7.3 liter Powerstroke. See that magic stick sticking up out of the floor? 5-speed, 4-wheel drive. It did used to be like this, but anyway, just sitting out in the weather around here is kind of heated up a little bit. Yeah, still a pretty solid old truck, but got a little bit of a running issue, so let's get her backed in and get to work. Alright, so we got her backed in there. We'll close the door. Again, not because it's cold or anything, but just because it needs to be in here, the door closed. If you can't tell by the sound of it, it's running really good right now. So it may or may not make a complete liar out of me, but last time I drove it, I couldn't hardly drive it because it kept throwing itself, or kept shutting itself down. Not really shutting it down, but dropping cylinders. So we'll see what goes here. Oh yeah, and my the linkage in the steering column broke on me too. So anyway, there, we're shut down, so at least now maybe you can hear me. Of course, that'll be a good test for the audio on this camera too. Having this thing running in the background, it might not pick me up. If it don't, then we'll worry about it another day. But if it does it, I've already ordered a microphone, so maybe I'll be able to work it out. So anyway, nice clean old 7.3 down in there. Doesn't leak, doesn't nothing, which truck's only got 199,000 miles on it anyway. But do have one issue. We got to put a new I'm gonna get a billet thermostat. This thermostat neck here, I'm gonna get a billet one of those and put on it, just because it'll work better than that other one. And then I'm gonna look into a different air filter setup too, because this one is broke. This piece right here is broke. This is the only one that's holding it right now. Anyway, other than that, we've got other problems. Of course, like I said, we kept, like, it was missing on 4 cylinders. So again, I don't know whether that was the IDM or if that's something else. Hopefully it's not the IDM, because I really don't want to buy one of those. But truth be known, I guess I have a donor if I really want to. Alright, so just did a quick visual here and came up with, I don't know how well you guys can see that. Let me get a light up here, make life easier. See how shiny and wet looking that plug is? Let me see, my thumb is somewhat clean and dry here. Wipe that off. Back around here. See that wet, slimy? That's oil on my thumb. It appears I have a bad valve cover gasket, and it's only leaking through that connector. I would venture to guess that that at times would cause problems. Let me get this one out and show you it. It's nice and dry. Okay, there's nothing, no oil on it, no oil on any of the ones on the either side, on the other side, the other bank either. But this one, seeping oil through there, that's not a good sign. And another thing that I saw while I was poking around here, my ICP sensor, wherever it went, right there, I can get it to unplug again. Come on, there we go. Hit 2. It's kind of wet and oily looking. So there's 2 strikes right there. That'll cause problems for this truck. Anyway, a valve cover gasket and ICP, if I could talk, an ICP sensor. Not too much trouble. I'm gonna go with the Ford or Motorcraft, whatever, valve cover gaskets and sensors for it. Just because it'll be a lot more peace of mind, because neither of these items have very many miles on them at all. I don't remember the exact quote, but not more than 20,000 miles anyway, since I put them in there last time. And I need to get, they make it a billet aluminum one of these. If you've had one of these trucks that's had a coolant leak, this is probably where it came from. This stupid little neck right here on the thermostat housing. Kind of a notorious problem. I've just been replacing them every time I've put a thermostat in every one of these I've ever had, which has been like twice now. You buy the whole neck and everything, and you just go with it. But they make a billet aluminum one now that is much stronger, nicer, neater, looks better, whatever else you want to call it. So I'm going to get one of those, and like I said, I'm going to get an ICP sensor, injection control pressure sensor, yeah, that's right, and then a think set of valve cover gaskets, and that thing right down in there. So anyway, and then yeah, I need to see what also we got to check into seeing about what we can do with this thing too, because we're gonna have a I don't want to do a K&N filter. I don't like K&N filters at all. Well, we're gonna look into doing something anyway, seeing what they have, seeing what I can find anyway that'll fit in here to do us some good. I know they make obviously the K&N filter and whatever other kind of air filters they are. I don't like them. I'm not saying they're bad, I'm just saying I don't like them. And anyway, to replace this, or just replace it with a factory unit if I can find one that's any good. 20-odd-year-old plastic most of the time isn't any good. And also, while we're at it, I need that hose, this one back there. Other than all that, this is a great old truck. So yeah, if you want to follow along with all this, I'm even gonna, since it's winter time, I'm gonna go ahead before I put it back on the road and let's see, I'm gonna rough this up a little bit and put some flat black paint on it or something, just to add a little bit of protection to my frame and stuff, because this one has, light surface rust only. The bed, well, it's way better than any other one I'm going to find in this area. Other than maybe one that I'm aware of, and I'm not going to get it, so there you go. But we're going to kind of touch up a little bit and knock some of the loose scaly rust off of it, off the frame, spray it down. As I said, this one's only got 199,000 and some odd miles on it, and it should be good for a long time to come. But anyway, we got to do a little tinkering, get it back ready to run on the road, and some polish and some wax too, by the way things look on the old bed here. But anyway, it'll be all right. Can't let it go too far. Hell, it's got brand new tires on it. Anyway, or well, yeah, they got like 4,000 or 5,000 miles on them, I guess. Not very many. That's one problem with having something like this is you don't drive it. I don't drive it very much anymore. Don't need to. Got a company truck, drive the wheels off of it, and I don't drive this thing very much. So anyway, I guess I've rambled on long enough. I'm gonna call that good for this one. I'm gonna, like I said, get the yeah, valve cover gaskets, ICP sensor, and that billet thermostat neck there. We're going to do some painting and see what happens after that. So anyway, now I'm done yakking. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe for more, and we'll get back to you when I have more to say. Bye.